Nick Offerman from Parks and Recreation. Tell us, where are you today? What are you doing on this Memorial Day?
Well, I'm doing something that I'm very excited about. I'm a woodworker, and for all woodworkers, our Bible is this magazine called Fine Woodworking. And they are letting me do an article for Fine Woodworking about a router jig that I created, which is a very exciting topic for your viewers, I'm sure. So today I'm in my shop working on it, because later this week we're going to do the whole photo shoot and everything.
Well, I had heard that that was a big hobby of yours. Now, one thing we're trying to help you with here, your wife Megan has 2 Emmy Awards already. Are you going to try to play catch up with her and maybe even surpass her on the Emmy front?
You know, I can't, I'm so excited just that I got this job. You know, sitting and watching her make Will and Grace all those years, I had a real, I felt like a little kid thinking, man, someday I would love to get a big boy job like my wife has. And I can't believe that I actually got a great job on a show with great writing. And so I've already, as far as I'm concerned, won the lottery in that regard. So any frosting beyond that, you know, I would love if our show got a pat on the back, but just the fact that we're on the air, to me, is a great reward.
Back in the 80s, Rhea Perlman and Danny DeVito, husband and wife, had a big competition. Every time one of them would win one, they'd kind of mock the other one who would be sitting in the audience. And when Rhea got her third and got past Danny, I mean, she really gave it to him from the stage.
I remember that, yeah. Well, you know, they're probably more in each other's league. I don't think I could ever... You know, I don't think I could ever overtake the champion that is my wife, and I'm happy with that. If I should get lucky enough to ever win something, I will give Danny DeVito a hard time.
Good. I think that's warranted. Nick, how much are you aware of the amount of fan and critic love for you and your character? I mean, it's pretty crazy. Do you ever hook into that at all?
Well, I don't. I stay off the internet a lot because I don't have enough time as it is to work on my furniture and my boats. But you know, a lot of people around our show keep me apprised of when things happen on the internet with regards to Ron Swanson, and you know, it's been hilariously gratifying. I mean, you just never know what's going to hit on the internet, and you know. The things that do hit with Ron Swanson are the most bizarre, you know, obscure moments. But, you know, I think it's hats off to our writers. You know, everything, the pyramid of greatness comes from our writers, and the line about the turkey burger, which became a real turkey leg in a beef burger. You know, I'm just the vessel who gets to throw the meat on the grill.
Speaking about the pyramid of greatness, is that the one thing people want to talk to you the most?
I do get asked about that a lot. You know, it's funny when fans approach me around the country. They usually come up and either they have a fake mustache on and they just come up and proudly say, "We love your mustache," or they approach me and say that they're very nervous and they say, "This is my brother. He loves bacon and eggs." And he's too scared to tell you, but he loves breakfast food. And I say, well, you have very good taste, young man.
Nick, can you tell us about working with your wife Megan on probably your standard episode, Ron and Tammy Part 2? What was it like on the set, and what was it like having those cornrows?
Oh, well, the cornrows felt like a delicious head massage. They told me it was going to hurt, but it just felt fantastic. And I think, you know, in my off time, I might start working the cornrows. Maybe the cornrows with a full beard is the way to go.
Yes.
You don't see that a lot.
No.
Working with Megan in the 2 Ron and Tammy episodes, plus the finale, and then we're gonna see some more of her this fall, which I'm excited about. I can't describe it. I mean, she has been my hero for so many years. She's such a comedy legend. And we've gotten to work together in stage, TV, and film, but never together like a sort of Fred and Ginger sort of grotesque comedy team like this. And, it's just a dream come true. I mean, my wife is an incredible clown, and to get to be a Laurel and Hardy team with her there's nothing better. I mean, I couldn't have written it better myself.
Well, she's known as Tammy number 2 because you have an ex-wife, Tammy number 1, who we haven't seen her before, right? We just saw her back, I guess, in the finale, and she's got to be a character that's scary enough to scare off Megan. At the end, have any preference at all on who might get cast as Tammy number 1 for next season? You
hit the nail on the head. Who could we cast that would possibly be frightening to Megan's iteration of Tammy? Who is the biggest monster on our show? There's been a lot of names thrown around, and I don't want to give anything away in case one of them takes hold. As far as I know, we don't know who it is yet. I have pitched. Also Ron's mother is named Tammy, and I'll tell you a couple of my pitches for his mother. Ideally, my first choice would be Ernest Borgnine as Tammy Swanson, and then maybe Joe Don Baker if Ernest was busy.
I like that. And here's a Tammy 1, not that she's mean in any way, but just for the irony standpoint, I'd love to see Deborah Messing in that role.
That'd be really funny. I heard that from somebody else had that idea, and that would be a great, sort of yin and yang. And who knows? I mean, maybe the frightening thing about Tammy, is not that she's big and scary, but that she's tiny and meticulous.
Mm.
It's all on the inside instead of the outside.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
So, Nick, tell us about the cast that you work with, because people adore them and they're so funny. What's it like when the cameras stop rolling? Is it a very funny set?
It is. Much like the only show I've been around as much as this one is Will and Grace, and one of the things I learned from working on a lot of different TV sets is that your show is either powered by love or your show is powered by fear or like greed. And on those unfortunate sets, everyone is always scared they're going to be fired. And so people don't have a good time. It's 12 hours of tension and, hoping you haven't screwed up. Mm. But Will and Grace was one of these sets where everything's powered by love. And so even though you often have big personalities, everyone is so happy to be there. And our cast it's a ridiculous team of home run hitters. I mean, anybody that you send up to bat, to continue the analogy, is just going to hit it out of the park. And it makes it so much fun, whether you're doing a duet with Chris Pratt or Aubrey or Aziz or Amy or Adam Scott or any of those guys, Rashida. You're in this really safe place, and we just have so much fun trying to make each other laugh.
Yeah.
Well, if you're nominated for an Emmy here in July, you're going to have the task of selecting one episode from this season. Do you think it'll be the Ron and Tammy episode, or do you have something else in mind?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're past the deadline, but they asked me about it a while ago, and it didn't take much thinking about. The second episode I might have chosen was called Eagleton, which is the episode where Leslie finds out when my birthday is, and it ends with she's thrown my perfect birthday party. And it's funny, only after we set up this interview, somebody had me watch your interview with Amy as an example of how this would go. And I had no idea that there was this website of awards experts that I could have been consulting. But I think, in both of the last two seasons, it was a no-brainer. The Ron and Tammy episodes have been the greatest opportunity, to show a range of where Ron Swanson can go.
Definitely. Well, Nick, we do wish you all the best. Everyone's got their fingers crossed for you this year, and all the best as well for the upcoming season. I'm sure we're just going to have more and more laughs to come.
Well, thank you. I sure appreciate it, and I feel like the luckiest boy this side of the Mississippi.